everybody. This is Tam DeBolt here and my wonderful co-host,
Caleb Clark.
And we are here with episode 29 of our web series called, say it with me, everybody, Who's Zooming In? All right. Tell everybody why we do this, sir. It's so good to see your face on this glorious sunny day. People can see the sun coming in through my window.
You too. It's wonderful to see you. Who's Zooming In was started because we miss our people.
Mm-hmm.
And we're pretty sure that most of our people are most of your people. So this is a great way for us to find out what our friends are doing during the pandemic, what new endeavors they have going on, and then also to make some new friends like I'm going to do today.
Yes, you are. I know you know her because you've seen her on stage before, but you guys have never met officially. So what am I not allowed to talk about today? You always have three things for me. I know they're going to be deep. I'm going to take notes.
I want you to stay away from, if you can.
Okay.
If it's at all possible. I don't want to talk about manatees.
They're so cute, though. Okay.
Well, we can talk about that later, but we'll not talking about it.
Okay.
So I don't want to talk about microfiber towels because they're supposed to be. I don't want to talk about them. Never mind.
Right.
I just don't want to talk about them.
I saw Facebook. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about it later, Tim. But then also, I don't want to talk about wheat thins.
Okay.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Just stop.
Okay, I like them though. They're good.
But we're not talking about
good cracker. Okay, we won't talk about it. All right, so our guest today, woohoo, a familiar face. Many of you have seen her on stage. You saw her in Nonsense at Terrific New Theater. You've seen her on stage at Red Mountain Theater Company. She is originally from Louisville, Kentucky, and she came to Birmingham to go to Samford University to major in musical theater. And I think she graduated during the pandemic. We're going to have to find out. I haven't talked to her for a long time. But she's very involved in social justice at school. She served as president of the Black Student Union at Samford. And because all of her postgraduate jobs were canceled due to the pandemic, she has swirled in this new idea that she has created. And I can't wait for everybody to meet her so she can talk about it. Theo Edwards-Butler, join us in the Zoom room, please. Come on in. There she is. Hey.
Hello.
Oh, welcome. I know you told us a little bit ago you're babysitting a little one, so we might hear some baby whimpering in the background. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. He's asleep. He's out for the count for a minute.
Good. Well, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. We've got exciting stuff to talk about, but tell everybody, did you graduate? Was the pandemic going on when you actually graduated?
Yes. So I graduated May of 2020. So that was like the year or the semester when like literally nobody knew what was going on. None of my professors had done online classes. So we were all just winging it. It was like just a big, try it if you can. If not, we'll see what happens. And that's pretty much how my last semester went.
Did you guys graduate outside, inside? What happened?
There was a virtual graduation, and then we recently did a in-person day. It was like another ceremony.
Just recently?
Yeah, so it was that first weekend in April.
Did you have theater work lined up, you thought?
Actually, Showboat, which I'm still so sad about, that is still not happening because it's a dream show, and I was going to be playing Julie, which is a dream role. And so yeah, hopefully that happens. It was in South Carolina. I was at the Lyric Glow, and then I was also doing Aida with them as well. And so it was like two amazing shows. And then I was going to tour again with Missoula Children's Theater. I would have been touring right now. So yeah, those got postponed or canceled. And so we're still waiting.
Yeah, because we missed an entire school year of you being able to tour with the Children's Theater, right?
The last time I toured with them, I literally went from Montana to through Texas, across Texas, up into Kansas, and then back through Wyoming and all those states.
Was it a bus kind of a thing? Did you guys have to help set the stage up and all that?
So it was me and my tour partner. We traveled with a truck, like a pickup truck. One of those little canopy things over the back end of the truck. So the truck was full to the brim. You couldn't see out of the back of it. And we were just driving around in a little truck across the country. And, we pulled out the set, pulled out the costumes. and put up a show. I really do miss it. I grew up with, doing theater as a kid. So being able to go into communities and work with students who are just equally as excited as me is amazing. Like it's so fun and funny, and you just gain a lot of new muscles and
you
everything.
do.
Yeah.
I say that all the time. I tell people performing in front of 5 and 6-year-olds teaches you more about being in the moment.
But performing with them is a whole different thing. Like we put them in the show. Like you auditioned for it. They auditioned at the beginning of the week. And by the end of the week, they had a full 45-minute play.
Oh my God.
Musical to present to their friends and family in school. So just imagine a bunch of like K through 5th, 6th graders for a week, getting their lines, getting the songs, getting the dances, all in a span of like 3 days, memorizing it with them, and then putting the show on.
Oh my word. Wow. So you were teaching and performing.
Yeah. So one would be in the show. One would be like the more of the director, take on the director side that week, and we would flip flop. So we did Aladdin. And it's not Disney's Aladdin. It was a very interesting Aladdin that could accommodate up to like 60 children in a show. So there was random characters that I don't think anybody would have ever placed in Aladdin. The tour actor would be the genie. So we would come in and just pop in on stage. And the great thing about that is if a kid ever forgot their lines, if a kid was on stage, like, I don't know what is going on, you could just poof, pop in and be like, and this is what happens next. And so that happened a lot.
Caleb, did you see Theo in Nonsense at Theater on the Square? Or Theater on the Square? What theater do I run? At Terrific New Theater? Good Lord. Did you see her? She played Sister Mary Hubert.
Yes, just a wonderful performance and a great show. What a fun show to be part of.
Yeah. It was fun. That's when I got to know Theo. So yeah, that's so great that you're doing that with the kids. I bet you're perfect.
It's fun. I can't wait because the people who do it have probably 50 different shows that these schools and programs can choose from. So I hope next time I do it, I get something just as crazy as Aladdin.
Gosh, and then after you've done something like that and you're cast in a fully realized production for, families or grown-ups or whatever, it's like, is this all I have to? I just have to learn the lines and say the lines and sing the songs. That's all I've got to. Okay, easy. Walk in the park.
Right, and that's what's crazy because we would really put these shows on in a week. Like these kids would get the same amount of lines as some, people who are performing professionally and have them memorized in like a day. And I'm sitting here thinking, in rehearsals, like even in school, even, doing other shows outside of like the educational system, it's just like, dang, we really spend like 8 weeks putting together a show, and these kids literally put it together in like a span of like 3 or 4 days and like can perform it forwards and backwards. It's amazing.
Yeah, their minds are unbelievable. So hopefully as soon as this is all gone and we're all sort of back to what we keep saying, what we think is going to be normal, right? Hopefully that'll ramp up for you again. But gosh, you have been filling your life with another exciting project, which I want you to tell everybody about.
I actually got the idea because my senior year at Sanford, I had put together a big Black business expo on campus. And I had all these intentions to bring back these owners of these businesses to, do workshops and talk to students about entrepreneurship. And then obviously the pandemic hit. So I was literally sitting with a list of businesses like on my laptop. And I was like, what can I do to still continue to support these people? What can I do to still stay connected with them just in case? And it just kind of like snowballed into this, what I imagined as what the Green Book was. For those of people who do not know what the Green Book was, it was pretty much like a travel guide for Black motorists during the Jim Crow era. So you could use it to find all types of businesses that provided safe spaces for African Americans to go.
Yeah. Well, and the original one too was targeted for motorists only.
Yeah.
And then for people driving in cars, and then I think they upgraded it and changed the title of it, didn't they?
Yeah, it changed
Traveler's Book.
From the Negro Motorist Guide to the Negro Traveler's Guide, because he then included cruising, flights, and trains. So that was, so the other forms of transportation out there that a lot of Black people were tapping into at the time. So this is my way of kind of like modernizing it. Also, a lot of people didn't know about the Green Book, so I wanted to kind of continue that legacy and spread awareness about what an amazing part of our history it was. Even though it was, about a negative part of our history, I still think this was a huge positive during that time. It kind of combined all my things, like loving to travel, loving to shop, and connecting with people. And that was kind of my way of bringing this back to life. And I do want to tour again. So I would love to have my version of a Green Book on the road with me. That was really my way of having that. And I had to put together myself.
So it's called the Modern Green Book, the MGB. I was poking around on your website. It's not just Birmingham and businesses in Alabama. You've got businesses all over the country.
I have businesses internationally now. So
wow.
it's really grown. I mean, there's a business in the Philippines that we have, Nigeria, the UK, Canada, a lot of the Caribbean and the Bahamas. There's a few out there. I mean, I do definitely have a lot of businesses in Birmingham and a lot of businesses in Kentucky, a lot in Georgia. It's just turned into this big, everybody is kind of like contributing to it. I get new entries all the time of businesses.
How are you funding the website, and you're actually printing a hard copy of this book? How are you raising money for that so we can let people know?
Obviously, I sell ad spaces to businesses and things like that, but we are always taking donations, especially now. We're about to start a foundation in it that will provide grants to these businesses and organizations that need that financial assistance. And I realized starting my own business, there's not a lot of capital accessible to especially Black entrepreneurs. And so I wanted a way to be able to give that to other people, and they didn't necessarily have those types of opportunities or even knew where to find grants. So this is my way of giving back to them. There's actually quite a few theaters listed on there as well. So I'm trying to grow it, especially in the Black theater community, because I know there's a lot of them and they need the funding. So this is kind of a great way for those businesses to kind of tap into that as well. We raise money, you can donate, you can come. We're throwing events and things like that now too, all outdoors. We're putting together a huge, now it's getting way bigger than
huge. Yes. Tell everybody about this. Tell everybody about this craziness that you've got going on. This is big.
What started out as a small in the park little mini fest has now turned into a big festival to celebrate Juneteenth, to celebrate culture and, supporting Black owned businesses and Black culture. And we're going to actually be on Legion Field, which is, when I had kind of storyboarded this, I was like, oh, Legion Field, that would be really cool to get 5 years down the road. Something happened with the park board and they were just like, I think this would be the best place for it. So it's just kind of grown into what is now turning into a larger festival. There'll be vendors, there'll be food, drinks. There's going to be a classic car show going on during the day as well as a barbecue showdown. So there's just a little bit of something for everybody. Live performances. You guys know Jada Cato. She's worked at TNT. She'll be performing there as well. Excellent. I'll be performing there.
Good.
So it's just going to be a really fun day. It's on Juneteenth. So we got lucky this year. It's on a Saturday. So it's like an all-day event from like 12 to 10 p.m. You can come. And actually, the majority of the proceeds from the day are going to be funneled back into this new foundation to help these businesses with that capital and financial assistance and relief that they're needing. We are working to get some sponsors for it as well.
I am so excited for you. This is, when I was seeing that this was happening, I thought, oh my gosh, Theo, this is awesome. And then what did I do? I start reading about what the Green Book was, and I bought the play. There's a play.
I knew there was a play, but I have not purchased it yet. I'm trying to collect as many copies of the Green Book itself as I can. They're actually kind of hard to find.
I bet.
I have 2 right now. Trying to find the other editions is like poking at limbo, really.
Well, if anybody sees this and they've got one, or they know how you can get one, hopefully they'll reach out to you or me, and maybe we can get them to you. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be
just
awesome.
For archival purposes, right? For you guys to have as part of your history. That's so awesome. Name some of the categories, because like I said, I was poking around on the website. The categories of businesses.
So there's businesses that are catered towards youth children. So
Mhm.
that could be like tutoring programs, children's clothes, clothing and accessories. So that's all of those types of brands.
Mhm.
There's brands more geared towards men or brands more geared towards women, tech brands. So we are starting to add more like tech Black owned brands there as
Mhm.
well. It's a lot of like apps and things like that. One of the really cool ones that I like is the nightlife and entertainment one, because that's right up my alley. That's, all the theaters go into that category. There's a place here in Birmingham called Pinspiration. It's actually right here, like right off of 280. And they are a Pinterest art studio. So they get all of their cool ideas from Pinterest and then allow you to bring them to life. And they have like a splatter paint room in there. And so like those types of businesses, I love those because I think they're super unique. A lot of the entertainment businesses are, in the fact that they are just like creative and different, and you can't really find them anywhere else. But I mean, there's literally so many businesses.
Mhm.
And I've brought on a girl who's going to be helping more on the marketing agency side. And so we're trying to get that all developed so businesses can start to tap into those types of resources. And then another girl helps me with designing the book because I don't have those skills. I have the skills to put it together, but she is very creative and can, she knows how to use those types of softwares. And she's been a huge help with designing like the actual print copies of the publications we have. We have two different types of publications. So we have the quarterly publication, which we're going to try and work on a better subscription process for 2022. So right now you just have to get it as they come, or you can order it on the back end. But then we have our annual book, which is literally our travel and shopping guide. So it'll have articles on, different cool spots to see that are photo ops or historical sites. And it'll have all the businesses listed online inside that book, and it'll be travel size. So you can put it in your glove box. You can, have it in your backpack as you travel. That was my book that I wanted to create, because when I do start going on tours again, I would love to have something tangible to hold. It also pays homage to what the original one was. So
Exactly.
So that's like our two. So the quarterly one tells the stories of the businesses, and then the travel guide just helps people as they're, either looking to find new places to shop with, or on the road traveling, flying somewhere, moving to a new location. This is their kind of like, handy dandy book that they can use.
That's great. I bet your parents are so proud of you.
They are, my dad he's like super into it. They on their trip right now. He was like, I just found a pancake house and I sent them all your information. And so hopefully let me know if they don't do it, because I will call the owner, because I got his number. And so my dad, he's been acting as my PR.
That's great.
For it. So it's been super fun. My mom, she helps me edit literally everything. Like she'll read through the entire book and tell me if it's working or if it's not, or she writes too. So they've been a huge help. My whole family's been a huge help, really. I mean, like my grandmother got all her friends to buy the book. My brother and sister take pictures and all of the stuff that I need them to take pictures in, because I know that they're just cute, and I know people will want to buy a t-shirt with them.
You have a woman on the website wearing a t-shirt. Is that your grandmother?
Yes.
Yeah, because you sell t-shirts and stickers and all kinds of stuff in your shop on the website. So
just so people can, I don't know if you can see, I have one on right now.
Oh, yay.
But just so people can spread the word about it. I mean, it's
Good.
just a fun way to connect with it without having to show people the book every single time you talk about it.
That this is, the first Green Book was, like you said, Theo, it, had sort of a darker, more negative connotation in terms of there were probably more businesses that a person of color wouldn't feel comfortable going into, right? And I just hope I really hope this project takes legs and wings, because I think that now the goal should be for any business should be to be in this publication. I'm so excited. I have chill bumps. I'm so excited about what you're doing.
Theo Edwards-Butler, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We want to find out a little bit more about you. We've got 10 silly questions that we're going to ask. And so you just give us your first impulse answer so we can find out some more about Theo. All right, you ready? Here we go. I get to ask the first question. Question number 1, what is your favorite dessert?
I'm not a dessert person, but if I were to do dessert, it would be I feel like I just got a lot of dirty looks. But if I were to do a dessert, it would be like an apple pie.
Okay. Yeah, did you see Caleb's face? He was like,
yeah.
It hurt. All right, question number 2. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
yes. Do you have dogs?
I have a dog.
Oh.
A little Pomeranian Husky mix.
All right. Woo-hoo. Question number 3. When it's your birthday and you have, well, now she doesn't like sweets, so she may not have a birthday cake, Caleb. I'm asking the question.
I will get a birthday cake.
Do you get a birthday cake? And
yeah.
And before COVID, did you always blow out your candles on the birthday cake?
Usually.
And make a wish when you did so?
Mm-hmm.
Always the same wish or different wishes?
Different wishes. Depends on what's going on in my life at the moment.
All right, number 4. I think I might know the answer to this 4. One. But...
If you didn't live in Alabama, where would you live?
Probably New York.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my right now answer.
Sure.
Because that's kind of the plan, right? I mean, you want to theater
I
reopens.
definitely want to go back. Yeah, I have an agent in New York as well. It's just literally nothing's going on. So like he can't send me in for anything. Everything is just on pause. But it's okay. It'll be back and it'll come back with a vengeance. So
yes, it will. All right, question number 5. If you could only wear one color for the rest of your life, what would that color be?
Nude. Oh wait, that's weird. That's like my skin tone. Okay, a blush pink. So it like
blush pink.
There you go.
Okay.
Question number 6. What did you collect as a child?
Rocks.
See, that is so funny. How many people have we talked to? 29 people. And how many of them collected rocks? Like 10.
A lot of people collected.
Did you ever make anything with it? Like jewelry or
no, they just
craziness?
Sat in Scooby-Doo lunchbox.
Yeah. You saved them in a Scooby-Doo lunchbox.
Yeah, I did absolutely nothing with them.
Question number 7. Are you related to anybody famous? And if so, who?
Well, I guess my cousin, she's a singer, but I am related to a Temptation. So I feel like that's a little cooler.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Do you know which one?
Dennis Edwards, the replacement of David Ruffin.
That's way cool.
That's
we look alike.
Very
cool. All right.
All right. Question number 8. Sweet or salty?
Salty every time.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite salty, decadent treat?
Oh, I don't eat like treats. It's usually like mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, cheeseburgers, any Mexican food. Those are like, I don't like to snack. I think people are like, oh, I snack a lot. I don't like to snack. I'd rather just eat a meal, call it a day.
Call it a day.
You're not learn from you.
You're not going to graze. Yeah. Eat a meal, call it a day. Says Theo Edwards-Butler. All right. This is my last question already. Holy cannoli. All right. Question number 9. I think I know the answer to this one too, but maybe I don't. If theaters all over opened up tomorrow and you ran out to buy a ticket to go see something, would it be a straight play or a musical?
It would definitely be a musical.
Question number 10.
Our final question of the day.
That's my drum roll.
Our drum roll.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being a total snooze, 10 being a bag of laughs, how funny are you?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with a solid 7.
Easily. Absolutely. I've laughed quite a bit on this interview, so
yes.
I'd say you could bump it up.
7. I'd say you're way higher than that. So what would your friends rate you? You think you're a 7?
I feel like they would probably say I'm like an 8 or a 9, but they're not laughing. They're not laughing at jokes I tell. I feel like they're more laughing at me, at things. Because I think things just come out of my mouth and like they're like, Theo, what? And I'm like, no, it makes perfectly sense. Just think about it for a second. And they're like, okay. And they're like, yeah. And they're like, this girl is absolutely crazy. But I think they most likely laugh at me than laugh at things that I say. But you know.
A 7 in your mind and a 9 with your friends, right?
Yes.
Awesome. That's a good score. Good score. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm glad that we squeezed it into your busy life. So,
and it's right on time. The baby just woke up.
Oh, good. Yay. Wave at everybody. Woohoo.
Bye.